Hello, and welcome back to Happy Time, Happy Money podcast. And today we have Morgan de Klerk. Morgan is an accountant and finance guru, passionate about helping small business owners and digital nomads manage their money and lead them to the financial freedom that brings. With 2 BBA degrees in accounting and international business, summa cum laude, she has experience in bookkeeping, accounting, scaling businesses around the world from 4 to 6 figures a month, administrating and preparing a $4.5 billion budget, and helping multiple small businesses, freelancers, and NPOs get off the ground. Hi, and welcome, Morgan.
Hi, Victoria. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad to have you. I would always love to hear first more about your story. You have such amazing things like summa cum laude. You finished just so amazing. Feels like you're passionate about. Tell us more about how you started.
Yeah, so that's a really fancy bio, basically just to say that I really enjoy numbers and accounting and all things organization. But you can hear from my accent that I'm originally from the United States, but I actually moved to South Africa when I was 6 years old. So I did all of my primary school, high school education here, and then went back to the States for university. But while in high school, my husband and I, well, now husband, started dating when we were just 15 years old. So after university, came back to South Africa and we got married right away to end the 4-year long distance that we were doing, which was really long. So after university, we did a little bit of traveling, mainly around Southeast Asia area. And yeah, then I got a corporate accounting job and really dove into the fast-paced accounting life and just realized quickly that I was not made to sit behind a desk for 60 hours a week. And through that, started to realize that a lot of small business owners didn't actually know how to do their bookkeeping themselves. And that led to Master Your Finances, my business today that teaches small business owners how to manage their money and prepare for taxes and audit proof their business so that they can make sure that their books are squeaky clean and that they know all of their numbers for their business.
Love that. Oh, I think like lots of entrepreneurs we need like somebody like you that loves numbers, or either though somebody like you to teach us how to not to do. So what is the biggest, like top 3 biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs do in their businesses when they're starting or they're scaling?
Yes, when it comes to bookkeeping, the top 3 mistakes I would see business owners make is, first of all, not separating their personal and their business transactions. So right away, we want to separate those. We want to open up a business bank account and a personal bank account and then keep those things separate. And so you can't swipe your business card for personal things. We want to keep those 2 separate. The second thing is not registering their business either at all or correctly. And we won't dive into that now, but if you'd like to schedule a call with me, more than happy to talk through your unique situation together. And then I think the third mistake that I see business owners make is just kind of digging their head away and not wanting to deal with their numbers. The biggest mistake I see business owners make is not tracking their income and expenses. That is the most important thing to do. So that's really what I'm passionate about helping them with. Learn how to track those numbers, but then also learn how to use those numbers to grow their business, because I really believe that you can't grow your business if you don't know the numbers of your business.
Yeah, absolutely. When I started my business, I definitely made this one. I did not track any expenses or anything income that was coming. I felt like, oh, okay, I'll make this money here. I spend it a little here. It's fine. I go by, it's okay. And absolutely, it changed like a world for me to create just to start tracking everything. What would you recommend? Like, what would you use to recommend to do this?
Yeah, I think it all depends on how large your business is and where you kind of find yourself at. Victoria and I were talking about before the call, she's a spreadsheet girl. She loves to use spreadsheets to track her stuff, whereas other people enjoy using.
Only for this reason. They'll only for that reason. I actually not a spreadsheet girl, but I only love spreadsheet when it comes to
only
the
for your
finances.
bookkeeping.
Only for
Other people like to get on an online accounting software. My favorite online accounting software is QuickBooks. I found it the easiest to use, but I know it's difficult I know Viktoriia is shaking her head. It's difficult to use if you don't have someone teaching you, but it's so simple to use if you have someone holding your hand like we do and walking you through step by step. So I recommend a spreadsheet if you're on a really tight budget, you can't afford $15 monthly subscription or anything like that, or your business is just really small or just really simple. You don't have a lot of transactions going through. Like my personal business, I'm still on Excel because I don't really have that many expenses. So spreadsheet works great for me. We have a spreadsheet template on our website. And then otherwise, our full course goes through QuickBooks. And that's where we truly teach you how to what we call automate your books. And that's where your books run for you in the background. So the reason I'm an advocate for QuickBooks is because you can set up rules that really do your bookkeeping for you in the background without you touching anything. And that's really where your numbers are working for you. And you can just continue to make more money while everything's being recorded for you in the background.
Yeah, well, I definitely agree. Like some I've tried QuickBooks and a couple others, and it helps when there's somebody helping. I wish I had you when I tried QuickBooks at the moment. So what would you recommend? Like number one thing you want to tell, like the advice that you want to give to everybody that is starting, figuring out their finances in the business?
My biggest piece of advice would be to just start. Like even those 3 mistakes I made, if one of those made you cringe or like, oh, I'm not recording, or oh, I'm not a registered business, or I'm not ready for tax season, or whatever the case may be, just to stop avoiding it. Our slogan is free your mind, master your finances. And we're really passionate about just taking away the anxiety that money makes you feel. That only happens by just getting started. So whatever it is for you, whether it's registering for your tax number online, or downloading our spreadsheet, or trying out QuickBooks, or meeting with booking a one-on-one call with a money coach, just start, because that's really where the process starts. And it's not that bad once you get started.
Love it. And the last question that I ask everybody on this podcast sound like this. Yeah, I want you to fill in the blank. If you really knew me, you will know that I am blank.
Oh gosh, that I am not as put together as it may seem. I am extremely clumsy and kind of ditzy, actually. My husband makes me look way better, but I think a lot of people don't know that because I come across as, a very smart professional accountant, but on the inside, I'm still a little kid.
I love it. You let your soul have fun.
Yeah, too much sometimes.
There's sometimes too much numbers, and then you're like, you gotta just go for it.
I know.
I love that. So I would love for you to share. I know you have an amazing free gift, what it is and why people should grab it.
Yeah, we have a free masterclass on our website, also in the show notes. And that's if you are ready to get started, you're listening to this and you're like, okay, then I would make our free class your first thing. It's 90 minutes jam-packed full of 6 things that every business owner needs to know when they're getting started, and will actually get you started with your bookkeeping through that masterclass. So if you're looking to get started, then I recommend starting there.
Awesome. So if you're watching or listening to this episode, you will just scroll down and there's going to be a link to our webpage where you can find video, audio, and anything, and all the links that mentioned here in the interview. Thank you so much for coming, Morgan. And thank you so much for listening and watching, and subscribe, write a comment, review. That will warm our heart, and that's why we keep going. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.